This news update is brought to you by...
They ask us how we do it, how we outrun the world. They ask us, how does it feel to fly? How do we dive headfirst into the deep? And emerge victorious. They ask us if we're afraid, if we're nervous, or if we ever feel lonely, so far away from home. But the truth is, home is always right here with us. Get ready to witness the magic of the Olympic Games like never before.
This is the Barbados Today afternoon news update for Friday, August 26. Thank you for joining us. I am Mary Claire Williams. A St. Lucie family is in mourning following the shooting death of one of their members. 47-year-old Andre Hines of Northumberland died as a result of gunshot injuries sustained during an altercation with two armed men who broke into his house sometime after 10 o'clock last night. Police are asking anyone with information relating to the investigation to contact the police emergency number 211 or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-TIPS, that's 1-800-8477. Or you could also call the Crab Hill Police Station at 310-7700 or 310-7701 or the nearest police station. Two men are being treated in hospital for injuries sustained in an accident in St. George this morning. Police say the incident occurred about 7:45 along Walker's Road. It involved a lorry driven by 51-year-old Michael Harris of Deacon's Farm, St. Michael, and a van owned by the Caribbean Examination Council driven by Stephen Savory, age 53, of Welch Village, St. John. Both vehicles were traveling in opposite directions when the driver of the truck lost control and collided with the van. Harris was removed from the vehicle by fire officers using the jaws of life. He suffered a broken right leg and lacerations about the body. He was taken to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital by ambulance. The other driver, Savory, complained of stiffness to the neck. Commerce Minister Donville Inniss has issued a stern warning to business places that he will take action against them if they impose what he calls any unacceptable price increase as a result of the National Social Responsibility Levy. Finance Minister Chris Sinclair announced the levy in his budget presentation last week. It takes effect on September 1st. Inniss told Barbados Today while he expects prices will go up, he does not expect any unreasonable price hike.
I'm not going to bury my head in sand. A 2% levy or tax on goods at the point of entry into Barbados or on domestically produced goods can result in an increase in the cost of goods and services.
But not gouging.
But to use a term like gouging, which basically means that you're taking advantage of a clientele and unilaterally jacking your prices way beyond what is deemed to be a fair and reasonable limit is unacceptable. And certainly government's policy ought not to result in any price gouging. And if we feel that there is price gouging, I am prepared to personally expose in a very public manner any entity or individual that is engaged in such. I'm not waiting on no legislation or no bureaucracy. I'll tell the country who they are, give them the evidence, and tell them they should go elsewhere and buy the goods.
Inniss added that government must continue to dialogue with the public to inform them of the true cost of social services.
Let us not fool ourselves. Barbados is one of the few places in the world that provides such a range of public healthcare services that are free to the end user. These things cost money. Barbados is a society that really and truly still provides a myriad of services or education system that really costs very little to the end user. I hear people talk, for example, university fees. You know, you can have someone doing a degree, let's say in English at University of West Indies, Cape Hill, and pay $6,000 per year towards that education. But it's totally oblivious to the fact that it's costing taxpayers almost another $35,000 a year in both tuition and economic costs for the said student.
Barbados' 50th anniversary celebrations just got more exciting. On the eve of this year's independence anniversary, soca lovers will be treated to the Barbados is Music show at Kensington Oval. It will feature 3 of the island's biggest bands, Crossfire, Square One and Coalition. Promoter Sean Franklin told yesterday's media launch that fans can expect spectacular performances.
These bands here represent a period in Barbados music when Barbados was basically running things in the Caribbean. These iconic bands, they flew fly throughout the West Indies, the Caribbean, the diaspora, and they did Barbados proud with their performances at home and abroad. And we thought it would be fitting that I speak under correction, but I don't know if they've ever been on the stage at the same time. But we thought that what would be a truly dynamic and explosive and memorable show was to get these 3 titans of Barbados music on one stage to celebrate our 50th anniversary in style.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Get your paper, get your paper. Only $2.25, $2.20. Who? For what? That's the Bear Stale News. I don't read about that on Barbados Today since last night. That y'all only care do. $2.20. Who?
Barbados Today. News you can trust.
We're back with news from the region. Trinidad's health minister is to meet with public health inspectors to discuss the enforcement of regulations related to the fight against the Zika virus. Terence Dale Singh told yesterday's post-cabinet news conference he is concerned that Trinidadians and the global population have not been taking the outbreak of Zika seriously. He added that they will not win the fight if the population does not partner with the government. There have been 335 confirmed cases of the mosquito-borne virus to date, and the minister says this could be just the tip of the iceberg. Further afield, Italy has declared a state of emergency in the regions worst affected by Wednesday's earthquake. Prime Minister Matteo Renzi has pledged 50 million euros in funds for rebuilding from the disaster, in which at least 268 people are known to have died. A further 400 have been injured. We get more in this BBC report.
Footage has just been released by the Italian police, showing the first moments they arrived in Amatrice, one of the worst-hit towns. The town's mayor has since said no building is now safe to live in. The search continues today, with rescuers risking their own lives to find those who may still be trapped.
There is still hope of finding survivors under the rubble. We saw that in 2009, people were still rescued from the rubble 72 hours after it struck, but it does seem increasingly unlikely.
After the last major earthquake here 7 years ago, pledges were made to strengthen buildings against earthquakes. This school was renovated in 2012, but large parts have obviously collapsed. With so many buildings across the region reduced to rubble, Italian prosecutors have started a criminal investigation to see whether anyone is to blame. Meanwhile, survivors are still coming to terms with what's happened.
I have no idea what I'm going to do now, because I had renovated the house 2 years ago. It was all new. Now I don't know what to do. I'm 76. I don't know if I can rebuild it.
Hundreds whose towns and villages have been destroyed are now facing uncertain futures.
And that's news this afternoon. Remember, you can get more on our website, www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. We're on Izumi Media in bus terminals and Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Or you could tune in to Channel 99 on Flow TV or Mix 96.9 FM for more news. I am Marika Williams. Good afternoon.